Today we're checking out the latest release by Softube. Dimensions is a reverb that seems to be very simple but hides a lot of potential. Now besides that, we will also check out Echoes, a delay from which I missed the release. Both seem to be from the same collection by Softube, so it should be interesting to check them out together. As I said, the new release is the reverb, Dimensions. The UI is pretty, with this 3D representation of the frequency response of the reverb and how it decays over time. Now, this visual representation occupies like 50% of the screen, which is not very useful, contrary to the delay, which has a purpose. But anyway, we have 6 reverb algorithms and I gotta say that they sound pretty good. There's nothing like experimental or whatever, they're just your typical spaces, a plate and a spring. Now, despite that, each of the reverbs will have their own parameters, so you can fine-tune the type of sound that you want. Of course, to properly test these plugins, we need to use as many different types of sounds as we can. For instance, this vocal line. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also consider supporting me by using my affiliate links, becoming a channel member or a patron, because both have the same benefits. Thank you so much. All of them have some sort of EQ. On the spring you can also change the tank, on the plate you can add analog color, and on the spaces you can change the dimensions and also add modulation. Still, these parameters are very typical on many reverbs, but the thing is, Dimensions gives you everything in one screen with a pretty nice UI. Now, as I've been changing parameters, you can see that the visualizer also changes on the type of response that we're going to get. It's a nice way to see what you're doing to the sound. Now, the Reid will have an option that's not very common for reverbs. I mean, there are many plugins that are based on this option, but it's like its own thing. Of course, I'm talking about the shimmer. Now, the thing that I like about this is that you can still choose which reverb algorithm you want to use. I mean, I've never thought that I will ever listen to a spring shimmer reverb, and I gotta say it sounds pretty good. It has all the metallic and raw sound of the spring, but also the brightness of the shimmer, which makes it sound very interesting. Now, if you have been paying attention, you will know that in some examples, I've been using a rhythmic type of delay. This is achieved thanks to Echoes, the other plugin from Softube. As I said at the beginning, the UI is pretty similar to Dimensions, which makes me think that they are part of the same collection. And the other thing that I mentioned at the beginning is that here the visualizer actually has a purpose. Here you can add a new echo. And the thing is, the vertical lines correspond to the time and the horizontal lines correspond to the panning. Because yeah, this is a rhythmic stereo delay. The white horizontal line is the time you set here at the bottom, and the other delays are set in percentage. At the top you can see that the circles will become bigger and smaller, and that's because there you can control the feedback. Besides all of that, all of these points can be moved around with just a click and dragging with the mouse. Now, I haven't been able to find a way to snap these dots to the grid, and maybe that's just me not reading the manual. So please, if you know, let me know in the comments, and if it was something obvious, I'm so sorry, Softube. You can put up to 10 different delays and you can organize them as you want. I mean, this is sort of also like a multi-tap delay. You can use it as a vocal spreader or as a creative effect for some melodies.
I'm hiding, come find me, so frightening, I'm out of my mind, out of my mind. I'm hiding.
And of course, many more things. As with the reverb, here at the left we have different modes to choose from. These are like the most typical sounds of delay that you can find. So what I'm seeing here are simple enough effects, but with every useful kind of feature that will give you more control over the sound. At the end, these are little big machines with every basic thing that you will need for a delay and a reverb, and with a little extra too. Try the demo and see for yourself if the workflow enhancement is worth it and if the sounds are good enough for you. Thank you so much for watching, I will see you next time and bye bye!